Hello everybody, it's a Vertical Sandwich. I'm skipping all the cutscenes. It's just time for the last battle with Rapthorn. So, you do have to, you have to have all 4 people alive. They all have to do the prayer in a single turn. So, if you're gonna run a run minus a character, you're gonna have to be prepared for this, just so you know that you're gonna end up with a level 12 character with 72 hit points in the final battle. Although if you ran like a Jessica or a Hero or a Yangus free where you kill them right away and keep them dead, it'd be far harder, I would think. Because Angelo starts the highest level of any character you get because he starts so late. So, all we could do, my mistake is I initially ran, I tried to do this and realized that I'd never, in the entire game, I had never, equipped or changed around Angelo's inventory. I didn't use his inventory at all. And I realized that there was nothing stopping me from equipping him with liquid metal armor and things like that. So his defense actually went up from almost nothing to over 200. It doesn't stop it. I also gave him a mirror shield, so he could occasionally deflect Kafrizzle if it was cast at him. That works once, actually, so it was kind of... Although, more often than not, he reflects Kazing. Which I didn't think would be possible, but... Interesting, if he reflects a booster like Kabuff, he reflects it onto a different character. So we literally have to play on the math of Rapthorn's attacks. That Rapthorn has several attacks that hit everybody. Like Kaboom, or hit multiple targets. He has Kaboom, which hits everybody. He has Thunder of the Gods, which hits 4 targets, but not necessarily all 4 people. Sometimes it'll hit just all 3 on the left, or all 3 on the right. Alright. He also has, the ball on top of his scepter hits two times, not necessarily 2 people, sometimes 2 different people, sometimes the same person twice, which is incredibly devastating. And then he has Kafrizzle, which is his single-person attack. So really, he also has some attacks that hit, that don't do damage. So sometimes he bursts out in Defiant Laughter, sometimes he is surrounded by waves of ice. So what you have to hope for, what I had to hope for was that he would do combinations that left Angelo unscathed. So this is a perfect one where he does, if he hadn't done Kafrizzle on Angelo, if he'd done it on Jessica, Angelo would take no damage in that attack turn. Because largely he has to, because my agility is high enough to give me initiative in this battle. My resurrection person will usually go before Rapthorn. So then, resurrecting Angelo, he has to live through 2 attacks. Then we have a turn where we can set up all the praise. He has to live through 2 more attacks because he goes last. So in those 4 attacks, if there are 2 kabooms, he dies. If he gets targeted by an individual attack, he dies. Hit the ball from the top of the staff kills him instantly. He can survive one casting of Kaboom. Kafrizzle, I believe, kills him instantly. Hammer or the Wrath of the Gods, it depends. Oh, and he can Rapthorn can also slam his arm down on to all the people, and I think that does over 100 damage to everybody. So that also kills him instantly. Which is why this is really long. This takes forever. I guess not, it takes 20 minutes. I messed around on my first attempt at this. This was my 3rd attempt. My first attempt was where I realized I hadn't equipped him up. My second attempt, it took me 20 minutes to get 2. And they're really, like, yeah, because Angelo was killed so quickly, I examined kind of other things that, like, I could do, like cast Accelerato to make him have initiative and stuff, but he doesn't stay alive long enough. Like, I essentially, when I was doing kind of healing and stuff, I almost always was doing status buffs and using, like, Timbrel of Tension and stuff, just to encourage Rapthorn to do the Waves of Ice attack. Because I would rather have him knock out my statuses than... This may have been a very interesting live commentary to record, where I was just going over and over, don't hit Angelo, don't hit Angelo, don't hit Angelo. No! Like, it was ridiculous. But once I got 5 or so, I was pretty sure. So yeah, but the prayers are not strong enough, so there aren't alternatives. Like, if you wanted to go through, like, a hero-only run of this game, I would think you would have to, level everybody up for this fight. And who would want to do that? Oh my god. So yeah, you see that? He just deflected my resurrection. Now, I will say that the upside of this is that we never have to worry about it. I mean, this is the hurdle. That, like, running through this game... See, yeah, running through this game, I never using Angelo, like, once we get through this fight, I never have to use him again. So, it's not like I have to worry about this in any of the, the stuff after the end. And I decided, like, because I thought about the Mirror Shield as a mixed blessing, that sometimes, it can deflect the resurrection. But, in general, I thought the chance, because, like, all he would need... So, see, like, there, it hit him twice. When I thought about it, like, I thought that the idea that it might save him just one turn was enough to keep it hooked up. It doesn't deflect Kazing. It never deflected Kazing twice in a row. Although at one point I got kind of tired of having Kazing deflected, so I just cast Zing and it deflected that, and then Kazing worked next turn. But... Now, part of this, I mean, a lot of this has to do with we did such a good job, like, kind of getting ourselves to a level where these bosses aren't a problem, that staying alive through 20 minutes of Rapthorn's attacks was not a problem. It shouldn't be like that. I mean, you definitely need to... Yeah, see, we hit everybody but Angelo. I definitely wouldn't recommend... I mean, I suppose in this kind of run-through, I guess I would recommend it. But, like, I don't think I'm going to have any trouble with the boss after this. Now, as that boss levels up, because if you don't know what's coming, other stuff is coming. There are more bosses in this game. As that boss levels up, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because with all my party, like in my LP with all my party members, like at level 60, I had trouble. But we're going to do it. I will level everybody up to 99 if I have to. It would be very interesting to try to run somebody's skill set up to full. Which is really hard. I mean, it's something like, if you use every skill seed that is possible to get in the game on them, I think you still have to find an additional, I think 25 skill seeds. You'd have to steal 25 skill seeds from enemies. And stealing seeds of skill is only possible from like 4 enemies in the game. If that many. It might even be 3. It may be the common drop for liquid metal slimes. Or king metal slimes. It's not the common drop for liquid metal slimes. I've gotten that before. I think that's like a seed of defense. Because the rare drop from king metal slimes, I'm sure, is the slime crown. In all my life playing this game, and I've played through this game several times, I LP'd it like 156 or 146. It's still my longest LP I've ever done. I've done that. I've played through it once before that with the complete guide to the game. And I played through it in a practice file while I was LPing it. And I've done this playthrough. And in all my life, I've gotten one slime crown as a random drop. I spent hours trying to get an old rusty sword, too, because there's only one enemy you can get. The rare drop is an old rusty sword. And, oh, man. And they're easy to find, and easy to kill, but that doesn't mean it's easy to get the rare drop from them. It is almost exactly 20 minutes to do this. I had other video that actually belongs kind of in front of this that I'm going to have to tack on to the actual fight as like a break. Which is fine because the fight's really short. Like compared to this 20-minute monstrosity, like the fight's like 9 minutes long. If I were going to do like a two-person playthrough, I think I might do like Hero Jessica. It would be really fun to do just an Angelo Jessica playthrough. Like play the game normally until you get Jessica and Angelo, until you can like at the and then just drop your two main characters, and then just run through with just your two magic users. That would be a real challenge. You would have to level the hell out of Angelo. Oh my god. But once they leveled up, you'd be fine. I mean, they don't have... You would have to... There would be a lot of... it would be a lot of multi-heal, Sage's Stone kind of stuff at the end of the game. But I think you can manage it. A Hero Jessica, I think, would be probably the most balanced two-person. I would guess. Because she is, especially late in the game, she's an incredibly... She, I would argue, is your strongest character. Twin Dragon Lash and the Gringham Whip is such a nasty combination against anything. It's... Your main character is a great healer. He gets full heal early enough for it to be incredibly useful.
Dear goddess.
He's so fragile, it's so obnoxious. But you gotta go into a situation like this just knowing how much of a pain in the butt it's gonna be. Or maybe not. Maybe you don't have to. I had to. I had to just know that it was gonna be endless, and that eventually I would get, I'd get what I needed. And again, we do. I mean, this does work eventually. It's not... I'm glad, because I would have hated to have to deal with alternatives. I think I have a Ruby of Protection as Angelo's accessory. And I did think about, there were other things I could have done. Like, I could have made, like, I think that there's a stronger armor you can make than the liquid metal armor. I thought about doing something like that. I thought about maybe trying to get him a goddess shield or something. But it just seemed like a lot of work to get the extra, like, 10 points that would have added in defense. I suppose I would have done it had I had to. Although I could have just given Jessica's goddess shield to Angelo. I should say, too, one of the things that I did do was I unequipped Jessica's weapon and equipped her with a staff to give her the extra 100 magic points she gets from her staff ability being at 100. Because she doesn't need a weapon, she can't attack. You know, you can think about that. Like, there are a lot of things you don't need in this battle that would normally be in your inventory. And like I did, like I loaded up inventories for this for like with elven elixirs and just things like Yggdrasil dues and stuff, like just so I could have any, like in case this was going to be a knockdown, drag out 40-minute ordeal. And you can take, like, obviously you don't need the Godbird Soulstone for this fight, because the Godbird brings you up here. You can't fly here. You know, all these things you can move out of your inventory. Although you can't, you know, obviously couldn't take Jessica's whip out of her. So there we go. The Wall of Light deflect the spell. That was the only deflection I got that was worthwhile, but it was worth it to me. Oh, wait, he killed him anyway. So it didn't make a bit of difference. Damn it. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, we couldn't unequip her whip, but we could, you know, it's easy enough to re-equip stuff. You could equip all kinds of things that you wouldn't normally, you know, have in a normal fight, because they would, you know. Oh, I can't really think of any kind of good examples, but you clearly could give everybody like an extra accessory to increase defense, or give everybody mirror shields for this part and unequip them when the battle starts, you know, when you actually need your abilities to. I mean, none of that stuff matters, not because like what I do once we finally see, there was my zing that was unsuccessful. What I do when we finally get into the battle is just instantly unequip everything Angelo has on to let him die. And I think he does in, like, the first battle turn. That's also why Jessica's recovering magic points every turn, is because of her stave skill being at 100. I know, this is like the most boring video. I mean, like, it literally is a video of me doing the exact same thing over and over. Like, resurrect Angelo, heal everybody. Like, try to pray to the staff. Resurrect Angelo, heal everybody. Try to pray to the staff. Resurrect Angelo, heal everybody. Try to pray to the staff. And then, like, once every 8 times or so, it's like, hey, it worked. 6 more to go. Like, okay. Like, it worked. 5 more to go. I mean, I think we have 1 or 2 more to go at this point. It's hard to tell. It doesn't give you a running count. You just, I mean, but essentially you're just doing it till it makes you stop. Now, if Angelo were leveled up to the level of the people around him, this literally would take nothing. And I just realized if I want to watch the alternate ending to this game, I have to do this again. It would be so awful. I guess 20 minutes is a small price to pay. So clearly this is number 6 then, because we're almost at the end of the video, but we're not close enough to the end for this to be 7. I do remember that the last 2 came pretty quickly. Yeah, and I do have to say that it doesn't matter, really. Like, if he's not at full health, you still want to take the shot, because really the distinction between him being at full health and not is not much. He dies to almost any attack anyway. So there we go. That's it. When we come back, we will actually be doing this fight. So I will see you guys for that. And, you know, bye everybody.